So qualifying underway. First out of the garage is Vidovello driving the Porsche 963, wearing the Yota Sports skin. Behind him is Tudela driving a Toyota. Looks quite fast. We'll see if these two will give each other some problems while on the qualifying laps. Traffic is not good, and it looks like Vidovello is letting Tudela go through. Fapanni there in the background, and basically everybody then right now in the track. Of course, only 10 minutes in Le Mans. That's not a lot of laps you can set. LMP1 cars, Le Mans Hypercars, actually I should say, lap around 3 minutes 20 seconds, the fastest of them. While GT3 cars are quite a bit slower, so you can imagine you're probably going to be able to set maybe 1 or 2 laps probably, but not more than that. So got to make it count, and I think it's going to be chaos as well, considering you're not going to have much time to set those laps. And lots of traffic here as the GT3 cars are a little stuck, and somebody's off here. Multiple people off. Somebody's stopped here with a GT3 car. I think he's letting them all through, so he doesn't hit traffic. Oh, he crashed, one of the two. But anyways, the fastest of the people to complete their out laps are now about to start their fast laps. So we've got Tudela and Fapanni, so Toyota and BMW at the front, starting their lap now. A little wide there, he's run wide to Tudela, so that will not be very good for his chances of getting a good lap in. We've got a Toyota off here, and Ortiz, and I don't think he's going to be able to set a single lap, but he might be able to just set one. Qualifying in the night as well will make it quite tricky to see and navigate the circuit at the best of your capabilities. And we've got quite a good mixture of GT3/GTE and LMH cars racing today, so we'll see how that shakes out with lapping and traffic and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see. It's going to be quite a short session, this one. First people are about to finish their laps, so Tudela now, he's coming into a very big braking zone now at Indianapolis. Very difficult complex of corners here. And he's entering the last phase of the circuit. It's got a little wide there maybe. And Fapanni there as well with BMW. All cars are equal in terms of speed, so it's all up to the driver's ability to set up that car and then drive it around the track as fast as possible. Fapanni is now going to overtake him on the lap, on the straight. Looks like he got a much better exit through there, or maybe he had a setup with less downforce. So we'll see. He looks good today to be one of the fastest drivers, if not the fastest. But there are a couple people that will be challenging him, and let's see now. They're about to finish their laps. First across the line, Fapanni in. His lap was invalidated, I think. His lap was invalidated, so Tudela first across the line in a 3:32. Calderon goes for 3:28.380, and original pole position goes Baldissera with a 3:36.079. So fastest of the bunch. He's the fastest so far, as people are beginning to set their very first laps. Ruiz here with another Yota sports car, another Yota sport Porsche livery. He's locked up there a little bit, going into the final chicane, while Speth goes in pole position with the BMW. And here goes Nolan has got to complete his lap. Baldissera, that lap doesn't count. Baldissera goes second quickest in Porsche. Well, the first GT3s are completing their lap. Pranis completes his lap in 4 minutes 02.0. 4 minutes 02 flat, and a 4 minutes 02.8 for May, driving the Ferrari 488, sorry, and a few people here not been able to make much count. And we've got another GT3 across the line, 2 GT3s across the line now, but they're a lot slower than we previously saw them be. And Vidovello is going on provisional pole position. He's set a purple sector, as Speth's lap time is a 3:19.0862, while Vidovello is going 1.5 tenths quicker. Fapanni also setting a valid lap time now, 8 tenths off, and then Protzman 1.8 seconds off so far. As Baldissera is now going much quicker, half a second quicker in the first sector than pole position lap time. So could he be 1-2 ahead of Speth? Calderon meanwhile also improving. Everybody is improving really. Calderon is now only 2 tenths off pole position, provisional pole position lap time so far in his lap. And who will be the first to cross the line? Björn Lucien. Let's say 4:40.726. There's another GT3 across the line. Probably made a mistake. And as we'll see, Baldissera, and it's overtime. This is the final attempt they have to set these laps, and Samuela, driving the Toyota number 7, has got up to 9th place. He set a 3:38, sorry, 3:66. So I'm not sure. I'm sure they probably could have done much better, but with only 2 laps, it's hard to not make a mistake and get the good laps in. It looks like Baldissera's made a mistake because he's 2.5 seconds off in the second sector. Sabrina goes, and Fapanni goes second quickest with a 3:24.3. So he's gone. They had gone much quicker than this. Many people have gone much quicker than this, so they're probably making sure they can get a lap. Baldissera's trying to go for it. Can he go second? Remains third. Vidovello goes 5th quickest. So they were all setting better lap time, but they then eventually gave up on trying to get that pole position and started trying to simply get across the line. Larotte goes 3rd quickest with a 3:24.385. So it's a BMW 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and Porsche as well. 4, 6, 7, 9th, and 10th. So Toyota looks to be the one that is the furthest behind, Well, in the GT3 category, looks like Pranis is on pole position. Let's see if anybody can improve. It doesn't look like. Nolan driving the LMH Ferrari goes into P10, up to P10, should I say? And these many of these GT3 drivers are improving, especially Julius, probably pronouncing, or I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Julius goes. As soon as Julius goes, well, he's not improving actually in the second sector. He's not improving in the second sector. Amstead is 35 seconds off the lead LMH lap time right now. Oh, and let's see. I'm sorry to hear that you couldn't take part to the race. Yeah, hopefully next time. So then qualifying is over. A few more people need to get into the pits, and then we can go racing. 1.5 hours here at this 13.6 kilometer circuit, or 8.467 miles. Most tricky circuits in the world, of course. One of the highest speed circuits in the world. So there's a countdown, 33 seconds, and then the race will be underway, probably, yes. Unless we have more server issues, but those got solved in about 5 minutes, so it was alright in the end. So then Speth will be on pole position, the German, driving the BMW, like second place, third place, and fourth place. Fapanni, Larotte, and I can't read. Sorry. So. That being said, it's about time. Thank you very much. There we are then. 40 seconds to the start of the race. Start of this 1.5 hours of Le Mans. Time of the day is rolling back very, very quickly to the start time. So the sun is coming back up. Time is getting rewound. Four cars not being able to set very good lap times, and it's about time we go racing. 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and it's racing at Le Mans. Speth has got a good start. Fapanni's already been overtaken by Baldacera, who's taken the lead before the first corner even start. Speth is going to be on the inside there, and who's that there? Is that Fapanni? Ooh, some people going off. Somebody's gone wide, and somebody else has gone wide through there into the first corner. It's one of the Toyotas who's got an absolutely fantastic start and has got up the position greatly. It's Tudela. He's got up to second, so Speth down to third. Vidovello actually taking P3 now. Fapanni down to fifth. La Rotte down to seventh now as Caldron takes position. He's gone off, and is RS is going to take GRS is going to take the position as well. I think not quite. He stays behind. There's been a crash here. May, Spader, and Kizel. Somebody else spilled it as well. So a crash involving GT3 and LMP cars. So Baldacera then leads, and Tudela in second place. Devello now overtaking him for second place, so putting his Porsche into that good position. Fapanni's lost a few places as Caldron is trying to find a way past Speth. And look at that, somebody else is trying to go for a move on Fapanni, and it's RS. Going down the inside. Oh, he's outbroken himself. Oh, and he's taken out Speth and cutting the chicane there as well. Caldron. So Fapanni goes through, and that's Speth and RS absolutely spun round. Is RS gonna be able to get back underway? Damage is activated. It's only at 20% though, so they probably will be able to continue the race, but they will be slowed down by that damage a little bit, at least. So now La Rotte going into the very difficult braking zone at Mulsanne. Go wide a little bit, and La Rotte looks like he's got the chance to take position. So then it's Baldacera who leads still. He's opened up now a 5-second lead on Tudela, who's managed to get a good start. He's put his Toyota up into second place, Vidovello in third, La Rotte in fourth, then Fapanni fifth. Ooh, La Rotte's gone wide. He's gone badly wide. At Indianapolis, very tricky to get that braking zone right, and somebody else has gone even wider there, and narrowly being avoided by Colin. That's Caldron, and now Ort is getting past them as well. There's a few. Oh, and Vidovello's now been overtaken by Claudio Fapanni, who takes third place in the race, and he's looking to get past Tudela as well. Now is he going to look to the inside? No way. This is quite a risky corner, basically impossible to overtake through this section. Very high speed corners where he's close to the walls, and I think he's compromised his line a little bit as Vidovello tries to look for an opening, but compromising his line himself. And La Rotte now side by side looks like he's got a better line through those flat out corners, and Quintero loses the place to La Rotte, who puts himself up into fifth. Speth is now going past Ruiz. Speth had a terrible start, but he's making his way back up the field, it seems like. And now passes Ruiz, and Kizel is the last of the LMP cars, currently LMH cars. He's now overtaking the leader of the GT3 car, Pranis, who looks to be dominating this category, as Amstead is overtaken Julius. And now going side by side with Holder. Holder looks like he's taking the position. The two Aston Martins scrapping around here. And there goes Julius trying to take the position on the final chicane. Oh, and he's been able to do it as Holder cuts. And Nolan's off. Being able to spin back on the track now. Now being able to go across, man. I'm not sure what happened, but that Ferrari is spun round. So Fapanni now half a second behind Tudela. Again, Baldacera opening up the gap even more now, 7 seconds. It's gone up. Fapanni's gonna look to the inside. Can't quite do it. Speth is going side by side with Caldron. And now can he look? Oh, Caldron's on, breaking himself. And he's gone off. So Speth makes an 8th. Colin now gains position, I think, on Caldron. And Fapanni's been able to take the position on the straight. He got a better exit slipstream, and it looks like he's already ahead way before the Morsan. Oh no, this is not Morsan. Before the braking zone. So Fapanni then moves up into 2nd place. Ahead of Tudela, and then Vidovello is in 4th with the Porsche. The RS is down to last place of the LMH cars. As Speth is now looking for an overtake on Ortiz. He pulls alongside the Toyota, and he's done it quite quickly, way before the braking zone here as we go to Mulsanne. As always, locking up, which seems quite doable at this point. It's one of the most difficult corners in motor racing, as La Hotte has overtaken Vidovello now for P4. And Speth is going side by side. Where has he put that car? Wow, very narrow opening there, but he decided he was going to put it there, completely riding the curve, and has managed to get up to 6th place, overtaking Quintero. Now Caldron, very narrowly, to Colin very close, as he's trying to get back position. Julius has taken 18th, 17th place, well actually 2nd place in his class, and Amstead retries to take the position back. It's a nice little scrap in the GT3 category between Amstead and Najulis. They're going side by side. I'm not sure who that was using their horn to distract the adversary, as Amstead is on the outside. Oh, they touched on the straight, they've crashed on the straight, oh boy! Going into the Indianapolis complex, they've absolutely gone into the wall extremely heavily. Can they get back? Of course, looks like they can, but they will have damage, and they lost position, they lost the podium to Hazard Holder. That was so unfortunate there. I don't know what happened in the night. Very difficult spatial awareness. Not much spatial awareness here in the night. You see. Meanwhile, Fapanni's closed in 1.5 seconds on the leader, Baldissera. He's now 6 seconds off, and so it's closing in, it looks like. And Tudela has been able to keep with him, 1.5 seconds behind. Then we've got La Hotte, who's closing in on Tudela. He's looking to the inside, trying to put pressure on, but not close enough to actually go for a real overtake. Speth, meanwhile, now does look pretty feisty against Vidovello, and he's shown some speed so far. It looks like he might be the quickest of the group, and it's a fight between Tudela and La Hotte. Tudela has lost the place, tries to retake it, look to the inside. He has to back out of it. La Hotte can close the line. There wasn't nobody alongside him there. Tudela didn't have any right to keep it in there, but now he does have another attempt. He will have another chance. He's right at the back, slipstreaming way down the line. It looks like maybe a lighter setup for La Hotte, or a better exit, because it's being a hard one. Tudela's going round the outside at Mulsanne. Such an incredibly hard braking zone. It's hard to do it from the inside, and incredibly, La Hotte has managed to brake, to not lock up into Mulsanne, whilst also being on the inside. So very impressive there. While Speth has overtaken Vidovello, so he's really showing his speed, cutting through the field, left and right. Fapanni now 5.3 seconds. La Hotte's lost a few seconds to him now, so it looks like a few people are quicker than the rest of the group, It'll be interesting to see the strategies. Do 100% fuel consumption, 150% tire consumption, and that's Tudela going off, and he's lost some time there, and that will be beneficial to Speth. And now Speth does get past him, of course with a much better exit since Tudela made that mistake and went wide. So Speth takes 4th. It's a 2-3-4 for BMW. All they have to do now is overtaking Baldacera, which looks like it's not going to be, doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a challenge, if I have to be honest, because Fapanni's closed in another 1.5 seconds. Larot's managed to not lose anything now on this final sector, and Speth is looking at the back of Larot now to try and overtake. So I'm curious. Speth is now going to go on the overtake on Larot. He's taking it pretty easily. He's taking that place. Larot tries to look to the inside, but he can't retake the position. Speth once again making it count. Meanwhile, in the GT3 category, Pradnis has opened up the gap to 16 seconds now on second place Hud. He's 52 seconds behind the last of the LMH cars, and the first lapping phase looks like it might be in the next 2 laps, I believe, since 28th you can see in the map there on the right hand side of the screen. They are getting quite close to the lapping phase. Well, Fapanni's now only 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds behind Baldacera, and he's looking to close that gap even further and further. Speth now up to 3rd. He's only 3 seconds behind Fapanni, and there goes Baldacera. Did he let Fapanni through, or did he have a bad exit? I don't know, but Fapanni's in the lead now. Is Baldacera some kind of issue? Did he get a bad exit, or does he have some kind of problem? It looks like he may have just gotten a bad exit, but he's now demoted to 2nd place, so a change in the lead as Fapanni takes the lead. Baldacera into 2nd place, so BMW back in the lead, and now Speth is only 1.1 seconds behind. Baldacera is keeping up in this final sector, and May has got to drive through for cutting, so that won't be good. Now Julius is overtaking, it looks like Amstead-Vino in the GT3 category for 6th place in this category, or 5th place sorry, in this category, and Amstead tries to retake the position again. This is just like a few laps ago. Quite the scrap which ended terribly with them crashing in the straight line. But now it looks like Amstead is trying to take his revenge. I'm not sure whose fault that was. With the crash on the straight, it was very difficult to tell, as it was at night. But, they're scrapping again. again, and now Speth overtakes Baldessera with ease, I would say. Once again on the straight. It's not the same straight, sorry. Never mind, it's the more sad straight, but Speth then goes up to second place, overtaking Baldessera. And he's up to second and 8 tenths behind Fapanni. Will closing that gap, it looks like, pretty soon. Oh, and he's overtaken. Fapanni's let him through, I'm pretty sure. And Speth leads the race. Then from Fapanni, so it's a BMW 1-2. Lahot is now chasing Baldessera to make it a BMW 1-2-3. Meanwhile, Velo is actually only 6 tenths behind Tudela. Half a second behind, 4 tenths behind. He's looking to overtake the leading Toyota. Lead Toyota, not the leading one. He's not leading, but he is the first of the Toyotas. Only one Ferrari, interestingly. And Ruiz has crashed, or went off, I believe. He's not crashed, probably maybe not hitting a wall, but I believe he's out-braking and gone through the tyres. Waterville are now overtaken by Vidovello, who takes P5. That Porsche Hertz Team Yota livery. Beautiful livery. As Tudela now looks to go to the outside. It's been 17 minutes since the race has started, and is still some incredible fights. While Vidovello now looks to retake the position again. He's on the inside of Indianapolis. Oh, he gotta back out of that one. But now he's gotta get a switch back. Ah, he's not quite got it. He's not quite got a better exit. And May again off. Oh, it's a huge crash. Oh, that's a big one as well. And another of the Ferraris, and that's Billet, but he's managed to keep it straight. However, May is spun round, and now Baldessera has been overtaken by Lahot. I think he may have made a mistake through there. So a huge accident there in the GT3 category. Well, Baldessera loses the podium, so it's once again BMW 1-2-3. Looks like these three may be a step above everybody else, maybe, as they now lead the way. And so yeah, what I was trying to say is quite beautiful cars. The golden, is that really golden? I don't know if it's golden, but the Hertz Team Yota livery, quite beautiful. BMW, very futuristic design. May has served his drive-through penalty, so he won't have to worry about that anymore. And Trotsman is only 6 tenths behind Colin, but it's I'm unsure of whether who's fastest of these two. Vidovello has managed to keep up with Tudela and still is looking to get past. Crossman has gone past Colin. On the exit there, it looks like Colin may have had a snap of a steer or something of the like. And we have lap cars, oh boy. Let's go, both of them going wide as they try to lap a car, and is that Colin has managed to keep it straight as they're lapping May. They are lapping, who's of course had that big crash, big crash. So they are lapping him, and then they will pretty soon. Well, they're actually most people have already lapped Pietnissen, but now they are the remaining LMH cars are lapping as well. Vidovello's managed to get the position of Tudela in the first of the two chicanes that split the Morsam straight, and he's now up to 5th. So let's say 1, 2, 3 for BMW, then 2 Porsches, Baldessera and then Vidovello. Then comes the first, and Reese has got a drive through for cutting. So he is currently P30. Will have to serve a drive through. He's under attack from Nolan, the sole Ferrari in this. Once again, Ferrari, very beautiful car as well. Not quite able to slipstream enough to get past Ruiz. Can he get past him here? Looks like he's got a better exit now. Pressure on, he's got a better exit, definitely getting the slipstream as well. Side by side. And Nolan's gone past. So Nolan takes 13th place. Ruiz trying to keep it side by side. And Giulio is off now. I believe he's spun. It looks like, is that Indianapolis? Yes, I think he's spun. Going into Indianapolis. No, I think he's went wide or spun on the entry of Indianapolis and then lost control and it ended up in the gravel trap. Well, we've got a fight between Vinovello and Tudela. Tudela trying to retake the position, though Vinovello seems so much quicker. Tudela trying to retake a position and re-get up GT5, looking to the outside, looking one way, the other way, almost like he wants to cross the road, and now lapping one of the Aston Martin into the wall, or lapping one of the Aston Martins. This is a very risky section of the track to lap a car. The walls being quite close. While Vinovello looks like he's got a little room to breathe, as Tudela now has to lap on the Porsches. In terms of colours, it looks quite similar to the Toyota, but it's a Porsche and not a Toyota. But you know, they have the same colours of white, red, and black. More black on the Porsche, but you know, some black on the Toyota as well. Actually, quite equitable in terms of colours, but yes, Tudela has lapped as well with success. Speth then leads to 5.6 seconds to Fapanni. Who's the next car that they have to lap? It looks like it's going to be second place in the GT3 category. So Parnis is about to be lapped by Speth. And Nolan and Riz are having quite a scrap here. We're focusing on the front of the field, but Nolan and Riz are fighting as well. And Trotsman has gone off to the first corner. Control there, and he's now got a lap. Oh boy! So Riz has served his drive through, as it looks like. Trotsman now lapping some of the GT3 cars. He's got a lap of them again since he ran wide. He ended up in the gravel a little bit, as that Ferrari also ran wide. Very tricky when you're side by side with a car that's much quicker than you. It's a very tricky situation. Well, Riz in the pits. He's the first into the pits. He's into his pit box. Oh, and Quintero, a scratch with Ortiz as well. Calderon's off. Oh, okay, overtakes. And that's one of the GT3 Porsches as well. Into Quintero and Ortiz. So he's made a mistake of some kind. I'm not sure what's happened there, but now we've got Ortiz trying to overtake Quintero. As he collided and lost the position to Calderon. He's on the inside and he's taking position. Quintero can't do anything about it, and Ortiz is up to 8th place. And now is that another? Oh yes, it is. It's Colin. Colin tried to take that position from the Spanish driver. And he's looking to. He's not quite looking anywhere. He's got to stay. I mean, he's got to stay in 5, of course. Going into Mulsanne, basically impossible to overtake. We did see quite some action, impressive action actually, as Protoplan, I think, going a little wide in the background. Julius again overtaking Amstead. He's spun off, I think, a couple times. These two have had quite the scrap so far in this race. And Amstead losing all his psychological games, flashing lights at Najulis, trying to distract him. Najulis not using his headlights, it looks like. Maybe he doesn't have a button programmed to turn them on. So then Amstead looks to be taking the position around the outside of Indianapolis. I think he's lifted off, going into Indianapolis, hoping for a mistake from Najulis, but it looks like not quite. He's got to wait. Is he going to the inside of Arnage? Oh, yes, he is. Oh, not quite. Too far behind. Oh, they tap. Oh, that's a spin. Semi-spin. Oh, no, that's a full spin. Oh, into the wall as well from Najulis. That's a full spin into the wall. and he's going to get overtaken, and some cars as well. I think some cars going to lap him as well. It's another contact between these three again. Troiano now overtaking as well, so a few places, and Amstead, he's managed to keep his cool. He's managed to maintain 20th. I think Amstead just tapping the back of Giulius while Quintero's been taking out his, and a lot of people into the pits. Vidovello, Baldissera, Tudela, Calderon, and Quintero actually staying out. Prossman has got a drive-through for speeding into the pits there. So who is going to have the quickest pit stop and take the least time into the boxes, into the pits, and be ahead? And who is that? That's Baldissera, first back out on track. Cruzel now stops in his pit box. Vidovello, Nolan's got a stop and go of 10 seconds for speeding. So that's going to be perfect. If you do not serve those penalties, you will get bigger penalties by the end of the race. Bigger time penalties by the end of the race. Tudela then comes out of the pits in 7th, Calderon 8th, will be 9th. It looks like it's going to be Ortiz or Colin. It's going to be Colin coming out ahead of Ortiz in 9th to be with the Toyota. The two Toyotas coming out of the pits together. Protzman as well coming out of the pits in 11th place, Ed Crisel, in 12th. They're lapping these GT3 cars now, and they're going side by side. Crisel and Protzman looking for a move. Crisel to take 11th place in the category. Well, Colin's gone off. Colin's gone very wide indeed through there. You can see all the lights beautifully reflecting the cars as he remains ahead of the GT3X, the one to lap. And RS is coming out of the pits now in P15. So meanwhile in the GT3 category we've got Pranis leading, Haas in 2nd place, Spader in 3rd position, and so yeah, Haas losing 2 places. So it looks like, well, of course, this isn't very helpful. Let me see if we go overall then. So the top 3 remaining as it was. Quintero gaining a lot of places, but he's got a pit still. Baldissera losing a position. Vidovello not gaining or losing anything. Tudela overtaking Calderon for the grid positions. This is. Collins started way down to 26th, and so did Protzman in 28th. They were not able to set lap times, and they've made their way up to 10th and 11th. Ortiz has made up 3 places, so he was starting 12th, while Kiziel started 5th and is, however, down to 12th, unfortunately. He's the BMW, and all the BMWs are into the pits now. That doesn't work, and so BMWs into the pits now. Speth into the pits, then Larotte and Fapanni. Who will be the first out? I imagine Speth, since he was leading by a pretty big margin. Unless somebody, yep, there is. That's Speth then getting off his pit box very quickly and coming back on track into the lead. He rejoins into the lead, and Quintero is going into the pits, it looks like. Yes, he is. Quintero is going into the pits. He's still at the pit. Yes, that's what I said last time. I do remember that. So Quintero into the pits as well. Fapanni into the pits, coming out of the pits now in 2nd place. Larotte looks like he will come out in 3rd. Protzman's gone off, and at Arnage, so after Indianapolis, he's gone off. So Quintero, where will he rejoin after the pit stop? Calderon's going past him. Is Ortiz going to be going past him? It looks like Ortiz will. And Quintero is going to rejoin now. He's rejoining about now. Can Ortiz get past him actually? Can they? They're very close. And Ortiz is round the outside. Oh, he's taken it. But he's got to go into turn one from the inside line. Quintero might have a... Oh, Quintero spun it on the cold tyres. He had to go and turn in very late as he was taking it from the outside. And tried to leave Ortiz space and not make contact. He spun around just as he was coming out of the pit lane. So he's lost a couple places. Now down to 11th. Losing the place to Kiziel as well, and many of the GT3 cars into the pits. Pikotosk into the pits, and May's made up places now. Sobrino, Amstead, and May. He's up his big box. So Pranes still leads now. 54 seconds. Pranes absolutely dominating this main competition. I'm not sure whether he still has to pit or not. Has then in second place in the GT3. Let's look at this. And Julius, despite having taking quite a few trips to the gravel track, quite a few spins, and so very fierce, to not say, I mean, quite fierce racing, we'll say, with Amstead. He's actually up to P4, so very, very impressive. I do think he still has to pit though, so we'll see where he will be afterwards. As the field is now all getting spread out after the pit stop, it looks like. So that is, impressively, there's not a single retirement yet. Nolan has come out of the pits now. In P15, hopefully me saying that there's not a single retirement yet doesn't bring bad luck, but Nolan comes out of the pits in 15th place, and he is last of the LMP cars, unfortunately, but he's 1 minute 01 behind, and Spethen leads 15 seconds and a half ahead of Fapanni, and he's back into the pits. What's happened here? Did he get a penalty, or did he not put enough fuel in? I'm not sure actually about this. He may have gotten a penalty. It looks like he's driving through. Yes, I think he's got a penalty. I'm pretty sure. Yes, that was Speth getting a penalty then. So he's got his drive through. He's serving it. Fapanni takes the lead. Lahotte, he's gonna stay behind, but Speth does lose the lead to Fapanni. He will come out and will be 7 seconds behind as he comes out of the pits after serving his drive through. And now RS is off at Mulsanne, getting caught out by the tricky braking zone from 320 all the way down to 100 around that speed. So Fapanni now leads 7 seconds on Speth. Lahotte in third, so it's still 1, 2, 3, and they are quite dominating right now. Baldissera 10 seconds behind, then we got Vidovello 13 seconds behind of him, behind of Baldissera, and then Tudela only 3 seconds behind, 3.5 seconds behind, then Calderon 2.8, and Ortiz 20 seconds behind. And Pranis now into the pits for the GT3 category, the leader, leading by 54 seconds. How much will he lose? But probably won't cost him the lead. I mean, 52 seconds. He's coming out of the pits now. 46 seconds is taken in the pit lane, and he's going to be still quite far ahead of Haas, the Portuguese driver, not being able to fully capitalize on Pranis's pit stop, as they were quite. Pranis has shown incredible speed. So Colin now getting overtaken by Kisil, who puts that BMW, that fourth BMW in the race, up to 9th. And Julius is fighting. Well, she's not fighting because he's pitting. So a change of position. Julie's pitting from 19th place, I believe. Fighting with us. Yeah. He's pitting. There he goes. Stops in his pit box. We'll see how much time he takes into the pit lane. Then up to 21st. May's 38 seconds behind. Probably will not be able to overtake that Julius, I don't think. there he goes, the Julius now out of the pit lane. Amstead also pitting now. May has been able to get past him. Interesting. 48.8 seconds, then he's taken into the pits. 9 seconds behind May. Bitoski is behind Sobrino, then Bilic, and Amstead is, I think he might be, oh yes, he's gonna be last, unfortunately, of the GT3 cars. As he comes out of the pits, that's very unfortunate. I'm sure he's suffering from the damage from the collision, big crash he had with Julius on the straight early on in the race. And there is we've now got under less than 1 hour to go. 54 minutes, 54 and a half minutes. So Fapanni crosses the line, lapping in 3:34s, actually personal best lap, and 3:36 from Speth. Yes, well, of course. I don't know what to tell you. So, Nolan's been disqualified. Oh, is that you? Oh, well, I'm sorry. So, very unfortunately, Nolan seemingly not being able to serve his penalty, so he is disqualified of the race, from the race. So he is, unfortunately, he will be the first car out. He's retired or disqualified, unfortunately, on lap 11. So we've got one retirement so far. Quite a surprisingly, actually, very close racing and very clean. Not a single crash that's put anybody out. And I understand there's 20% damage, but still. So Calderon goes to the inside, then squeezing through very near the wall. Had fighting with Tudela. Was taking the position. So then Spader into the pits, driving the GT3 Porsche, I should say, and he was third before the pit stop. Where will he be? Are we gonna do another one like this? Probably we will. I mean, I don't know when, but similar stuff probably. Maybe not exactly the same, but similar, surely. But it will be at least 2 weeks, I would say. A few weeks, maybe another one, but we will see. So, that being said, Calderon trying to overtake Tudela. Oh, they collided, and Calderon is spun round. Has to get back on the track there. Reversing very slow 3-point turn. But he's got time to do that, as Ortiz is 27 seconds behind. So yes, he will remain 7th, Calderon, after colliding with Tudela and spinning, going into a half spin and down to 6th place while he was fighting. He was already 6th, I believe. So Speth is now making his way back up the field, the order. He's not gained that much on Fapanni. He's gained, I believe, around 3 seconds. But look at that, absolutely super quick, taking the line incredibly fast as he's trying to get as much time as he can. He's gained a whole second in that short amount of time, and Sobrino got a penalty. Has got drive-through for cutting, so he has to serve that penalty or he will be disqualified. So all the gaps between the LMH cars are over a second, except for Kiziel, who's closing in on Ortiz. He's lapped 2 tenths quicker this last lap. Ortiz hitting his personal best, but it's not enough to gain time on Kiziel. There's a GT3 car coming out of the pits, and Pranis is actually only 4.5 seconds ahead of Haas. So can the Portuguese driver gain and get past the Lithuanian? We will see. As meanwhile at the front of the field, Speth gaining another 7 tenths on Fapanni, now 2.26 seconds behind. The BMW 1-2. He's trying to make it his race to win. He's been I would say the quickest one so far in this race. Very, very fast, showing a lot of speed. He had to serve that drive-through, lost the lead, 7 seconds behind it. He's now gained 5 seconds, around 5 seconds on the leader Fapanni, and is trying to get past, or not trying to get past, but still trying to get behind Fapanni, only 2.2 seconds behind. So as we were saying, oh, that's Kiziel. I think he's gone off in an odd place. He's gone off on the inside, going to, I think he may have lost it on the exit of the Indianapolis complex of corners, because that was an odd place to have a kind of semi-split like that. But he has lost the position to Ortiz, as we were saying. They were very close. They were the closest to, and now Colin might have a chance. The Russian trying to get past BMW driver from Poland. Oh, and Kiziel is has done another semi-spin, getting stuck there on the apex, I would say, of the corner. And Colin is very close. And May is into the pits now, and he's retired. Unfortunately, he is disconnected. He has retired. May is the second retirement of this race. He is out. He's retired. Is DNF'd, and Spader is now spun round. He's going back onto the track. He's getting back onto the track, while Colin is only 2 tenths still behind Kiziel. So looks like he will soon have the chance to get past. And Lahat has got a penalty, a drive-through for cutting, for corner cutting. So he will have to serve that drive-through as well. Meanwhile, Speth is second place, half a second behind Fapanni. We ride on board in the night, in the forest, down the Morsand Strait. The two BMW drivers scrapping for the lead, as Speth has gained back all those 7 seconds. Well, actually, all those 6.5 seconds. He's got only the last half second to go to take the lead, as Fapanni there cuts a little bit. He's run wide. Let's try to take every centimetre of the track as we go into more sand. Very hard racing condition. And Kiziel is off. He's way off, actually, in the gravel. I'm not sure whether he collided or had some kind of very high speed spin. I believe he kept it out of the wall, but he did spin off into turn 1 of the track. So back to the lead. Unfortunately, Kiziel then losing a few places down to 11, but Speth challenging for the race lead. He's still 6 tenths behind. He's not been able to gain much. Oh, there he gains a lot in Indianapolis. He's going through Indianapolis flat out, which Fapanni doesn't seem to be able to do now. As they go to Arnage, Speth, can he get a good exit? Looks like actually Fapanni may have got a better exit, and I don't think Speth's going to have the chance here. Actually, he's got quite a good slipstream down this straight to the Porsche curves. Very tricky section of the track, very driven section of the track, high speed corners, all that matters here is downforce. Absolutely nauseating as they go through here, especially with these lights, very bright, flashing at you, and it's quite quick for Speth, showing a lot of downforce. He's got a lot of downforce on that car and a lot of speed through those corners, and he goes down the inside, takes the inside line into the chicane, and Fapanni he's closed him, absolutely not leaving any room as they now both car. It's a fierce fight here. I thought that was Speth's corner. I thought he had to leave space, but no, turns out he managed to cut without colliding. That was very, very close to disaster. There is Fapanni defends aggressively on Speth for the lead of the race. The two BMWs scrapping, and Larotte has taken his drive-through. He's taken care of his drive-through, served, if you will, and meanwhile Colin actually has lost. He's fighting with Quintero, but Larotte has serving his drive-through. Will he be out of Baldissera? Will he be ahead of Baldissera or not? Speth has taken position. Didn't get to see him on the straight while lapping a car. Speth has taken position. The German grabs the lead of this race. Into first place, Fapanni in second. Can he keep up with him? I don't think he can, in fact, to be honest. Speth has shown some impressive speed, but Fapanni's got slipstream. He's awesome slipstream, using all the slipstream he can to try and keep ahead, but Speth has got incredible downforce. Very good job from him to on those corners to absolutely find the limit of the car, set it up to the limit, drive it to the absolute limit. It's incredible. In practice, he was oftentimes a second quicker than everybody else, so very, very impressive from him. Fapanni had a great fight there. He had a good try, good attempt, but not quite. He's shown some good speed as well, but not enough. He's actually been able to stay close here. This is really the sector that he loses a lot in, but he's managed to actually be very close, and he's only 1/10 behind now. He goes to the outside at Indianapolis. Oh, he's taken it! Wow, Fapanni retakes the lead. He's got a much lower downforce setup, and he's retaken the lead of the race from Speth. I did not expect that to happen, if I have to be honest. Meanwhile, Vedovello overtook Baldissera, so the two Porsches fighting as well. And now Speth re-goes for the overtake, retries the overtake. He's going, and he's taking the position before the corner starts, but can Fapanni draft him and try to take it back? I don't think he can, as we're going to the Porsche curves. Way late braking from Speth, who's now going to increase his lead to a second round. I think that's put an end. Let's put a full stop to that fight. So Speth then 1.6 seconds ahead now. Absolutely monstrous in that final sector. And Colin here still fighting. We've had quite a fight here with Ortiz, Quintero and Colin. Scrap, quite a good scrap. Lots of fighting, lots of little collisions. It was a good one. As it's 4:46 in the morning in the game, in-game of course. There's 40 minutes to go. And there's only 2 DNFs, so congratulations to everybody for making it this far into the race. Very, very good job. I'm surprised. I don't know if there's. I don't know how many times have the last GT3 cars been lapped. How many times have they been lapped? Let's see. So the last driver, Piatnician has been. Oh, well, he's gone off. I'm not sure about that, but he's been lapped 3 times, and then all the other GT3 cars have been lapped 2 times. So Pranis lapped 2 times, Haas 2 times, and I think Billet might be. He might be about to be lapped 2 times, and actually the first. And oh, Calderon's got a drive-through for speeding, and they're all pitting. Yes, they're all pitting. Vidovello, Tudela, Baldissera, and Calderon. They're all on very, very similar strategies, pitting. Oftentimes pitting on the same laps. It looks like in blocks of cars, all coming into the pits. So we got Tudela, the Toyota, and then 3 Toyota Sports Porsches. I'm surprised we basically only have Toyota Sports cars. So this is Baldissera now leaving his pit box. He will be the first out of the pits into 6th place. He's lost a position to Kiziel and Quintero. Oh, Kiziel is off. He was for a very short amount of time. I think he had a little semi-spin into the first corner. So that being said, oh, RS has gone off, and he's been lapped now by Fapanni. So the first lapping doesn't even have to be lapped by Speth. That's quite a favor for him, for the leaders to not have to go through the hustle of overtaking a lapped car. So Garcia Soto overtaking Sobrino. Oh, Vidovello has got a drive-through for cutting. So Vidovello is currently running in 7th. Pit on the last lap. Has to go to the pits and drive through since he cut the track. Ruiz and Protzman now into the pits as well. So then Speth setting actually his personal best lap in a 3:20. He was 4 seconds quicker than Fapanni this lap, and is over 5 seconds ahead of the 2nd place driver from Italy. The second BMW then got Laros, and Kiziel has actually managed to get back up into 5th place, which was the position he started the race in. And can he make it a 1, 2, 3, 4 for BMW? He's 10 seconds behind Quintero, and I think he may have to pit, so I don't actually think he can do this, unfortunately. So it looks like it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, and then 5 for BMW, but there's still a long way to go, and anything can happen. And it usually does, as Murray Walker said. So Pranis then still leads the Lithuanian, absolutely dominant. Oh, that's Tudela, as I was saying. Tudela stopped. I think that's a computer issue. I think that's a connection issue of some kind. Or maybe he's blown the engine. I'm not sure. It looks like a very odd place to retire. But I'm pretty sure that is a connection issue. I'm pretty sure he is out of the race. I think Tudela, unfortunately, will be the 3rd retirement. He sure looks like he is. He's been stopped here for a while now. I'm pretty sure he's not getting back. Oh, he actually is. He is getting back. I don't think he is. Is he getting back? I think there's connection issues for Tudela. Yes, I don't think he's gonna be getting back in the race. I'm pretty sure he's out. Actually, maybe not. Actually, maybe Tudela's managed to get back. Looks like he has. Looks like he's got back. Never mind. Tudela is back in the race, but he has lost a lot of places. He's down to P11. Oof. So I was saying dominating, but he's actually not. Pranis and Hutz are dominating this GT3 category. Actually, Aston Martin, if you will, are dominating 1, 2, 3, 4, and Kisiel and Vedovello are into the pits now. And Vedovello is serving his drive-through. That's why he's in the pits, actually. So interesting. Kisiel into the pits for a pit stop, and Caldron has served his drive-through now. As there it is, and that car going through the pits, driving through him, serving the penalty. Kisiel comes out of the pits into P9 behind Ortiz, 3 seconds behind Ortiz, maybe around 4 seconds behind Ortiz, and is right on the back of an Aston Martin there. He easily laps, of course. And Colin, the Russian driver for Toyota, driving for Toyota, is now pitting from 11th place. He is 31 seconds behind Potsman. I think he's going to lose that place, and he's going to be probably fighting with Ruiz to be ahead. I think he will be, actually, maybe not, I'm not sure about that. Oh yes, he will definitely be behind Ruiz. He will probably be ahead of RS, I'm pretty sure. And Speth and Fapanni into the pits. I imagine Speth is going to be, unless he puts on a whole lot more fuel that takes 6 more seconds to put on in his car, I don't think he's going to be taking that much time, that much longer into the pits, enough for Fapanni to have a chance at overtaking him. So I'm pretty sure he will stay ahead. And Sobrino has got a drive-through for cutting now. So Speth now out of the pits in the lead, and perfect timing as he comes out, Lahotte comes in. So the top 3 coming into the pits this lap, dominant top 3 I would say, coming into the pits this lap. Fapanni also out of the pits as Lahotte now stops this pit box. It's very impressive how balanced Pranis and Haas are in the GT3 category. They're super close. I mean, they've been so close for the last few laps, and I think they actually have the same exact skin. Well, actually, they have different numbers, but the skin is, I'm pretty sure, is exactly the same. Yes, it is. So they are identical, as well as Holder as well. So Ruiz has got a penalty for cutting the corners. Ruiz currently sitting around P10 in the, or P13 in the LMP1 category. Amstead is 10th, unfortunately, despite his collisions with Najulis. Najulis has managed to recover back up to 4th, so he's done quite well, very, very well. Another Lithuanian, so 2 Lithuanians in the GT3 GTE category doing very well. Haas is Portuguese. Well, Haas has got a good exit. He's got absolutely. I think Pranis made a mistake. Pranis ran wide, and that's Haas into the lead of the GT3 category, easily taking the lead. While Quintero into the pits from 5th place. He's lost the to Vedovello, lose it to Calderon, and let's see if he can stay ahead of Ortiz. We'll see. Meanwhile, Kisiel chasing after Ortiz. To take that P7, or it's now P7, as Quintero loses the place as he pits. Meanwhile, Holder into the pits from 3rd of the GT3 category, meaning Najulis is promoted up to 3rd place in his category. Spader up to 4th. Spader? I don't know. Spader probably. So then Hartz leads for 2 seconds. And quite a little bit of a shaky movement there from one of the LMP1 cars, lapping now Pranis. And Sabrina has taken care of his drive-through. He's served his drive-through. Holder coming out of the pits now. Bekutosk as well, and Sabrina as well. Meanwhile, Ruiz is overtaking Colin, who is into the pits. Russian driver once again into the pits. While Kizia and Ortiz are going side by side. And Kizia takes 7th place. So then we've got Piekutosk and Sobrino. Colin has served his drive-through, his 10-second stop-and-go penalty. Is in 30th place. So then Speth leads now 14.6 seconds, will be soon up to 15 seconds out of Fapanni. He is, I would say he's dominating the race. Well, maybe not dominating in terms of time, but in terms of quickness, I would say he is dominating the Le Mans Hypercar grid. So Fapanni in a solid 2nd place, 51 seconds ahead of Larotte in 3rd. And oh, that's Dolan. Oh, well, actually no, he's disconnected. Never mind. Oh, Fapanni's off, very briefly off. I think that's the first time he's been off in a way that made the name flash red on the leaderboard of the entire race. But yes, he has gone off there. I think the chicane, and he's now. Oh, he's lost some seconds. Yes, he's down to 22 seconds behind. Speth has pits and is losing the place to Pranis. So has pits from the lead of the GT3 category. And Pranis takes the lead of that category. We've got 16 viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. So Haas then pitting from first, from the lead of the GT3 category, now down to 2nd already. I think he will stay out of Nagelis. Let's see. Nagelis is entering into the third part of the track, final part of the track, the final sector of this 13.6 kilometer circuit about now. And Had's now coming out of this pit box. Yeah, he will easily rejoin in 2nd place. And around 40, I think he's going to be 45 seconds behind Pranis. I think, yes, 43 seconds behind Pranis. While Tudela and Quintero are going side by side, and Tudela easily overtakes, I think. He's got a better exit out of the final corner and has taken the position. Oh, and they collided though. Quintero retakes position, outbrakes himself though, cuts the corner, and touches with Tudela. You could see the smoke as they were scraping along with each other, going through there. And Bellet has overtaken Amstead. Now trying to keep it, trying to retake position, and oh, not quite. Looks like it's oh, actually Amstead Rico. Oh, trying to go to the inside. Oh, he's really trying to sneak it in there, and Bellet maybe making some slight contact, maybe just losing the backhand and going out on his own. But he's run wide, made a mistake, and Amstead takes the lead. So Ruiz has taken his drive through. Now, as he's going through, will Colin take the position? Probably not. So Ruiz has got a drive through for speeding now. So Ruiz has got another drive through. Very unfortunately, the Cuban driver. I think he's gonna be. I think that's gonna be him. I think maybe down to the bottom of the grid, because he had another drive through for speeding while serving his drive through. I believe, unless there was a stop go penalty. I didn't catch that. So Ortiz and actually no, Quintero and Tudela is the 2 closest LMH cars we have, or the 2 closest. Oh, actually GT3 cars we have are quite close. It's Amstead and Belitz are having quite a big fight here. The Romanian driver is taking the position on the chicane, very close. Oh, and Amstead tries to slide out, not quite. Amstead lost time there with the slide, and Bellet takes 23rd as they were scrapping, a little bit stuck behind one of the LMH cars. So that being said, Speth leads by 26 seconds the LMH category. I think he's got the same exact amount of pit stops as Fapanni. He had that bad start, lost out, was down to I believe 11th place at a certain point, made his way back up through the field at first to lead the race, then had to serve a drive-through. I think Fapanni actually let him through the first time at the exit of the corner, and then he had to serve a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane, and then he came back out 7 seconds behind, regained the lead, and now leads by 25 seconds as Fapanni went off the track for the first time, or at least in a meaningful way, losing him second, so he's now 25 seconds behind. So Pranis, meanwhile, leads, the Lithuanian, leads the way in the GT3 category. I was about to say he has one more pit stop to do than Huz, but he's now pitting right now. And ooh, look, the lights are off and the sun is rising, the sun is shining here in the on the beautiful Circuit de la Sarthe here in the south of France, and Speth leads the way into the morning. Fapanni also second place, solid second place, pretty easily ahead of everybody else, I would say. That's behind these two guys. Pretty big gaps here at the lead. So as we are now coming to the final part of this race, we have the final fourth of this race we're about to go into, and has taken the position on Pranis as Pranis pitted, but let's see if he can take it back. And Amsted's gone off very slightly there. It looks like he's lost to Sabrina as well. So a very unfortunate race. He was fighting for the second place at a certain point at the beginning of the race, but then collided with Najulis. However, Najulis, I don't think, came out with as much damage and managed to climb back up to third. But I think he will lose that third place to Spada, or Spada, or however you want to call him, or however you want to say that name. And Spada actually pits as well from 18th place in general, 4th place of the category, of the GT3 category, and Najulis will come out ahead, I'm pretty sure. Then yes, he does, as he exits his pit lane pretty soon, and will be still on the podium places as he exits. Holder will have completed the lap, but will still be ahead, as Najulis is still third in the first corner. So Najulis' podium is actually very, very easily possible. So very good job from him to have recovered back up to P3 of his category from all the way down from wherever he was when he collided with Amstead, but has now climbed back with that Aston Martin to climb back up to third, and is now taking the podium home. So meanwhile, Calderon 2.4 seconds behind Vedovello. So it's a 1, 2, 3 for BMW, a 4, 5, 6 for Porsche. Then the other BMW of Kizio into 7th place. Ortiz in the first, leading the first Toyotas into 8th place. Tudela in 9th, and Quintero in 10th. driver versus the Russian driver trying to take P7 away from him as they're fighting as well. Overtaking one of the Porsche, going into the Porsche curves, and it looks like Ortiz is staying ahead, but look at that, Kizil was so close, trying so hard to get past. Oh, they're going, wow, that was incredible. They went 3 wide, one on one side, one on the other, overtaking that, lapping that GT3 Ferrari, similar, reminding me of Hakkinen and Schumacher around Zonta in Spa 2000, and we've got Kizil now going into the pits. Oh, he actually spun it on his way into the pits. That's oh, that's not very good. So he spun on the way to the pits, and I think he's got a drive-through. Oh, actually, he's taking his drive-through. Okay, good. So Kizil was pitting. So Sabrino's out. Yes, he is. 4 people out of the race at the moment. Bellitti into the pits. I think that's just a routine pit stop. I don't think that's a retirement. I'm pretty sure that's not a retirement. I'm pretty sure that's just a pit stop. Kizil. Then, oh, Bellit has got a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. So Bellit has a penalty, and Kizil, meanwhile, is still in the pits. Oh, he's got a penalty now. Kizil's got a penalty for cutting. Actually, no, a drive-through. Yeah, a drive-through for cutting for Kizil. Ow. That's really gonna hurt his chances of overtaking Ortiz, I think, or whoever he's gonna be able to. He may have been able to overtake. That's hurting his chances. Not very good. Meanwhile, out of the pits comes Bellit as well, the sole GT3 Ferrari left in the race. As there are 5 Astons and 3 Porsches left in the race. Unfortunately, the Porsches don't have logos. I forgot to put that in because the ACTV didn't do that by itself. But yes, so 3 DNFs from the GT3 categories: Sabrino, Amstead, and May. 2 of them with Ferraris, 1 of them driving the Porsche, and 1 DNF from the LMH category. It was Nolan, unfortunately getting disqualified. He failed to serve his drive-through. So Ruiz is behind Colin only by 4/10. But he's staying close. He's trying to get past. He's trying to find a way past that Toyota. Ruiz, can he get past? As the sun is really now up in the sky, really truly up in the sky. It's almost lunchtime in game. Actually, it's well, actually not quite lunchtime. There's still half an hour left, but you know, it's getting there. The sun is shining beautifully on that. It's not really gold yellow, is it? It's not really gold yellow, but it's a beautiful looking car, I would say, the Toyota Sports. And Toyota as well, with a very, very classic color combination, I would say, with the red, white, and black. But Pranis and Haas going side by side. Haas overtaking down the inside. He's taking the position, going, oh, and Prazes managed to get a much better exit out of the chicane. And using their horns, distract each other, going side by side. 2 Aston Martins, absolutely identical. Wow. Pranis has got his lights turned off, or has still has lights turned on. Calderon has got a penalty, meanwhile 10 seconds no penalty. Baldessera and Calderon into the pits. I'm sure Baldessera is going to be ahead. Hartz is going to take it Pranis as they go into the braking zone by braking later. So good job to Haas, who takes the lead of the GT3 category, and they're now getting lapped by one of the BMW. It's going to be a close one. And again, using the horns. This is absolutely fantastic. What a good fight. Flashing the headlights. Classic fight. And again. And Pranis looks to the outside. Oh, Borsan. No way. Oh, of course he wasn't going to make it. He's run a little wide and lost some time, unfortunately, there. But can he keep on there? Can he hold on? He's trying to distract Hats best he can. The Portuguese driver though, not letting that get to him, trying to keep his concentration. Flashing his lights, pressing the horn quite a few times. All he can do to try and get into Hutter's mind. But it looks like he's managed to keep the score, and the Portuguese driver still leads ahead of Pranis from Lithuania. So Tudela meanwhile into the pits as well, coming out of the pits now, and Kezio is fighting with Protzman now. So he was fighting with Ortiz, but he's now unfortunately 18 seconds behind Ortiz, so he's lost quite a lot of time. I think he served his drive-through, and that's how. Bellic though has now a stop-go penalty of 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Coming into the pit lane, so the Romanian driver looks like it's not gonna be a very good race for him. It's not gonna end very well. It's not been going well for a few of these drivers. Oh, he's serving. Yeah, that's how you serve your penalty. If you didn't know, you just stop in the pits. Which seems dangerous, but luckily ghosting is a thing on Assetto Corsa, so you're not going to have any problems with cars slamming into each other into the pits. And Kizio less than half a second behind Protzman, but he is losing a few tenths. He's lost a few tenths on this past lap, but he looks like he's gaining them back as he got a better exit through there. You might be able to be slightly quicker than somebody, but then if you make a mistake, that's all you did, all you crafted, all the gap you crafted, it's gone in one moment. And RS has crashed. He's spun off, it looks like, and Bellet as well. I think they've collided maybe, as RS was trying to lap Bellet, I think, but they've collided, I'm pretty sure. Colin now into last place. Vedovello has got a drive-through for speeding. I think some of these guys are not gonna serve drive-throughs and may either get bigger penalties by the end of the race or get disqualified. I mean, so far they've done well not to do that. But actually, it's been pretty good. There's been a lot of people being good about penalties and serving them most of the time. So yeah, I think what some of the problems is that some people may not have the pit speed limiter button programmed on their wheel, so that's probably a loss of I mean a big important thing, because the kind of is their entire ability to not speed in the pit lane is based on engaging that. But yeah, so then Speth dominating the landscape, 47 seconds ahead of Fapanni, not really gaining anything on La Rotte has been able to keep his gap consistent to his teammate Fapanni, and has managed to maintain around 50 seconds. And Garcia Soto has gone off into the final corner. He's going back on track. It's kind of a no man's land, it looks like, but yes. He's gone back on track now. He's running in 6th in his category, 6th in the GT3 category. And Laurent is gaining very slightly on Fapanni, but with 8 minutes to go, only a few laps to go, so probably around, I would say, 3 laps left. It's really coming down to the final stages. It looks like Speth is cruising at this point, way in the lead, 47 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Baldissera in 4th. He's the best of the rest. I mean, these 3 drivers have done absolutely incredible, and BMW once again has been dominating. And La Rotte is now pitting actually, so that's another pit stop for La Rotte. Ortiz has got a penalty, drive-through for cutting, so he will have to serve a drive-through very soon. Ruiz is pitting as well from 12th to yes, that's let's see if where Lahotte comes out. I imagine he's gonna come out at least 20 seconds out of Baldessera, probably more than that, honestly, because he was over a minute ahead. And RS has got a stop go for speeding of 10 seconds. Lahotte has taken 34.6 seconds in the pit lane. With only a few laps to go, it's only on to pit. Now, oh, that's a huge lockup for Ortiz. As he was fighting with Kizio, this was quite a big fight, and they're lapping, and it's going to be huge trouble. And Protzman, as Beth went off very lightly there, and Ortiz flashing his headlights a lot. Interestingly enough, many of the drivers not turning off their headlights, probably forgetting to do so, and trying to distract each other now. As Protzman is a three-way fight, right, going down to the end for P8 Kizio versus Protzman's crash. Oh, that's a big one. With only around 2 laps left, Ortiz, Kizio and Protzman with less than 7 minutes left at Mulsanne. It was always going to happen. I mean, if there were 3 cars going this close into Mulsanne, I've already seen, in a race I commented before, that happened constantly at Mulsanne. Lost. It's just such an incredibly tricky braking zone. So then it's Kizio versus Ortiz now. And into Indianapolis, it's hard to overtake. Kizio though trying to keep the pressure on as Ortiz locks up. And now they're gonna come out of Arnage and Speth into the pits. Actually, Speth into the pits. So it looks like these guys have not had enough fuel to finish the race. I don't know if Fapanni will go to pit, but I don't think this is gonna cost much. It's gonna cost Speth much. So anyways, Vitovello comes out of the pits, barely not lapped from Speth, and he's 6th. He's lost position to Quintero with that. And Fapanni is the final chicane. Is this gonna be a chance for him to actually get? Oh, it doesn't look like it is. No, Speth gets back underway, and Fapanni also pitting. So maybe everybody looks like has not had enough to do this properly to finish the race. First it was Lahotte to pit. Actually, Fapanni has a drive-through. Oh yes, he had a drive-through. That's not the only reason he pitted though. He also pitted for more fuel, I believe. So yes, it looks like they have been. They did not have enough fuel to finish the race, and it's really getting down to the end. This is the penultimate lap because we've got 5 minutes. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the penultimate lap unless Speth can squeak in one more extra lap, but I really doubt it. So I think, that's a collision. Ortiz is off. He's taking the escape road, getting back onto the track. Into 9th place, he's lost position, and Vitovello's overtaking Quintero. Impressive how much overtaking action we have, and Quintero tries to look to the inside. He's looking to the inside. Oh no, actually he's braking. Broke safely to avoid contact with Vitovello. Calderon has a drive-through for cutting, for corner cutting. Calderon was currently in 11th, only 1.5 seconds behind Protzman. We'll have to pit. So yeah, we'll have to serve the drive-through. But I think we'll definitely just stay in 11th place. But yeah, so at this point, Speth leads still by 49 seconds. Quintero is now overtaking, going for a move on Vitovello, trying to take the position. As Vitovello, you can look at that. Headlights on for Quintero, not on for Vitovello. Quintero switches to the inside. Indianapolis, we've seen a lot of attempted overtakes at Indianapolis, surprising amounts, but it looks like he's going to have to back out of it. Yeah, basically impossible to just go side by side to Indianapolis. Though we have seen that in the race before. Pranis has got a penalty for corner cutting, and I think that's given Hutz the freedom of taking the win home, as Quintero fighting with Vitovello. He's taken the position up into 5th place. So I think Pranis has now does no longer have a reason to fight for Hatz's position, as he pits. He serves his drive through. Hatz is free to go. And there's a huge fight still with Vitovello and Quintero, as they are going here side by side. No, not side by side, but they are having quite a massive fight here. But Quintero has to pit now, as there is basically 1 lap to go. How much time is left? It looks like Speth beginning his final lap. Yes, that's definitely not enough time. Speth beginning his final lap, then crosses the start finish. Is the final lap. It all comes down to this. Speth leads by 51 seconds. Not much of a fight. Absolute domination here for BMW, sorry, and especially for Speth, who's leading by 52 seconds off Fapanni and then La Hot. So the German driver absolutely dominating. Then comes the Italian man and the French man in third. Baldissero, valiant effort. Big fight he had there with Vitovello. Quite a good fighting there. Quite good fighting in the mid pack of the LMH category. And yeah. So Oritz has taken care of his drive-through. He's served his drive-through, as now Quintero has come out of the pits down in 8th. Calderon pits as well. It's been quite an impressive drive for Speth. I gotta say it again and again, because he's shown to be superior, I would say, to everybody else in terms of pure speed, at least here at Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe. And we're coming right up to the time at which we started this race. And it's just about coming to the end. Let's see. 24, 23, 22, 21 seconds left. 20 seconds left in the race. Speth now beginning his final sector, driving that number 24 BMW. BMWs are number 24, but Speth is the leader, and he's now finding a little bit of traffic, but the time is up. 0 seconds on the clock, as we hear once again a very funny sounding horn, as Speth he's now only got a few kilometers to go, as he comes around the Porsche curves, braking for them, barely braking for them. Wow, what an incredible amount of downforce on that car, and what an incredible limit. He's using it all to the limit, and we're coming down to the very final braking zone of this circuit at the double chicane. There he is. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Final corner. Speth wins. The German Speth wins the 1.5 hour of Le Mans multi-class on World Sim Series. He's won. For BMW, Fapanni looks like he will cruise to the line in second place. 25 laps they were able to complete in 1.5 hours. It's just a testimony to how long and challenging this circuit truly is. Very, very fast paced as well. 85% of the lap time, imagine, is full speed, as Fapanni is now actually over 1 minute behind, it looks like, Speth, as he is coming round the very last braking zone, and La Hotte has gone off at Arnage right at the end, and Fapanni now brakes for the final time. Vitovello, meanwhile, Tudela and Kizio have completed the race. They were lapped, so they've completed. Vitovello 5th, Tudela 6th, Kizio 7th. Fapanni completes the race as he swerves around the finish line to claim a 1-2 for BMW. So he claims second place, and Laurent from France is pretty much clear to take third. Here he comes, he's lapping this Aston Martin now, as Haas, I think that's not Haas actually. Fapanni meanwhile and Giulio have completed the race in second and third for the GT3 race, so very impressive comeback from Giulio. Good race from Prades. Now comes Laurent. He completes a 1-2-3 for BMW. Laurent goes swerving as well towards the pit wall. He takes third. Baldissera looks like he will take fourth. 1 minute and a half off Laurent. And Haas looks like, oh yeah, he still has to go through half the lap. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a while for him to cross the finish line. Who's crossing the finish line right now? Let's see. Is coming into the final braking zone. Cuban driver. It's had a bit of a bumpy ride, but he's finished 11th ahead of Colin and RS. And Calderon actually retired with I think only 1 minute to go or something. And Colin has spun, but that doesn't really matter since he's the only one who has to still finish the race. Colin, of course, comes across the checkered flag, the finish line, across the finish line, take P12. Baldissera still has to come across the finish line. Haas has already won because, I mean, everybody else in the GT3 category has finished. Fitness in disconnects, I mean, he's already finished the race, so it doesn't really matter. And Haas is now about to begin his Haas, I don't know. He's Portuguese, he's about to begin his final sector. Meanwhile, Baldissera, here he goes, final braking zone. And he now comes across the line to take P4. I mean, you already had it, but yeah. Haas is gonna be coming across the line to take P1, even though he technically already has it. But yes, good job to him. But even bigger job to Speth, who absolutely dominated the landscape today here. With although he did have a bumpy start, he came back and made it all work out in the end. So there we go then. There you have it. Thank you very much for staying with us through this roller coaster. I'm becoming Irish all of a sudden or something. Roller coaster of a race. Speth winning ahead of Fapanni and Laurent. It's a 1-2-3 for BMW. So good night or good day, whatever you are. If it's morning to you, whatever you are doing, good luck and have a nice one. Very good job to everybody who competed. It was a very good end. Yeah, very good race. Quite a lot of action. I'm surprised. Very good job because I was expecting a lot more DNFs. I mean, last time we did something like this was a lot more DNFs. So yeah, good job to everybody who finished. Everybody who competed. And so yeah, well, I'll have a good day, good rest of your day, good night. If you're gonna go to sleep, so I will see you in the next time when we do this, which I don't know when that will be, but probably not next week, just probably in a few weeks. We'll see. Thank you to all for participating, and goodbye.